Hello again. I was watching a video from somebody else the other day, Daily Outdoors, and he did a video about what is the best tent, or what he views as the best tent. And we had a bit of a discussion in his comments, and there was bits that I agree with and bits that I didn't. And we sort of, the conclusion we came to is that it's subjective and it's different for everybody. So what I'm going to do is, I spoke to him and said, does he mind me nicking his idea? And he said no. So I'm going to give my opinion on what my perfect tent would be for going wild camping, the features that I'd like to see and the things that I think a tent for me would be perfect. So for my ideal tent, I'll start off with the size that I want the tent. So having tried one-man tents, two-man tents, three-man tents, larger tents, so for me, I think the ideal size is about a 1.5 manner. It's a bit like with Dylan's Soloist XL. It's a very good size. It's big enough for you to move around, big enough to have extra space, but a small enough footprint for wild camping. I'd also aim for a single pole design, very similar to I've got with my tarp tent, DW Ultra, and similar to that you get with the OEX Bobcat. For the shape of it, what I'd do is I would actually go for something similar to a Bobcat but doubled, so I'd have as though there was another Bobcat stitched onto the other side. Material wise, I think I'd be going with the Ultra TNT fabric. The fabric that they've got on that tarp tent that I've got is absolutely phenomenal, really strong, it's never going to leak. It's the ideal fabric for tent designs, and it's not that heavy really for what you get for the fabric, so it's a win-win. I'd go aluminium poles definitely. It's a single pole design, so I wouldn't need more than one anyway. You just have a couple of almost strut poles on the top. I'd also, with the pole, I'd want it to be the option for inner or outer pitch first. So I'd have the inner pitch system, which is very similar to us on the tarp tent, where it has the pole sleeve on the inside, but on the outside I'd look for pole clips, so you have the option that if weather's too terrible you can pitch via the outside first. For me, I wouldn't bother with a footprint. I just think it's extra weight that isn't needed. I'd have the option to buy an optional one if you wanted, but not at extortionate costs like what they charge you for most. For the inner, I'd go half mesh, half solid. Gives you the best of both worlds. With the shape where I discussed that I'd have it like two Bobcats fastened together, it gives you the option for two very large vestibules you can cook in. It also means you've got the option for being able to open the doors at the top or from the bottom, which gives you easier access, and it gives you the double zips. The zips, I'd go though with YKK Zippers, and I'd also keep the little sunshade bit that it's got, the little awning that there is built into the tent like you get on the Bobcat. It gives you the option for having a mini awning, or if need be you could peg out the full door and use it as a full awning. I feel doing this then gives you the one thing that I think is a bit of a flaw with the tarp tent I've got, which is the need for potential extra guy ropes at the sides, because there just isn't a place for them, whereas with that, with having the awning area, it gives you the choice of being able to put 4 extra guy lines out. For pegs, I don't think you can beat the Eastern Nanos. They are my go-to pegs, or that style. I don't always use the Eastern ones. I know Outkit and Go Outdoors do similar ones, and AliExpress and all of your other Chinese brands you can get them from. It's the big nail style ones. I find they work in most terrains, they're very secure, they're easy to put in and easy to take out. For me, they're a little bit heavier, but it's a no-brainer. Colour options, unfortunately, you've got white, because I'd want the ultimate TNT fabric, and that's the only way you'd be able to do it. Now for the last couple of features, I'd ensure that for storage, I'd have the unpopular opinion. For me, I'd have no pockets. The only pocket I'd have is one where you could potentially put the door into, but other than that, no pockets at all. What I would have, however, which is something that I feel should be a feature on all tents, is I would have a gear sling that can be fastened to the top, which gives you the option to remove that if you don't want it, but it also gives you the option that you've got it for storage. I find for me, the gear sling I've got gives me a lot more versatility, and it gives me a lot more areas to store stuff. I'd ensure that you're getting all items in the box, which means you get your pegs, enough pegs to peg it all out, and you would get guy ropes. And like I said, I'd include the gear sling as standard. And the biggest thing that I'd do, which you don't see on many expensive tents, is I wouldn't be using them horrible magnetic door holders. I'd go back to your simple elasticated toggle system. 2 toggles is enough, but what I'd do is I'd have the option where one could be removed if you wanted to save a gram. So if you create a tent, every tent needs a name. So for me, mine would be the Stealth Hut Expedition Evo Pro, or Sheep for short. So that's the tent. Pricing, I think you'd be looking, I'd aim for say the £350 mark. I think it's a fair price for a premium tent. It's got a lot of premium features within this. So let me know. Like I said, I spoke with Daily Outdoors about this. His views on when he did his video are very different to what I would go with my tent. So check his out and let me know in the comments, what would you go with? In fact, I challenge you all, create a video similar to this. Tell me your ideal tent and tag it in the comments below. So that being said, it's been emotional. Catch you in the next one.